Nobody ever warns you about the finishing line. For 6 years, I studied medicine with one goal in mind, to cross that finish line. Everything from the 3 a.m. study sessions, with all the patients that I saw in the hospital, to the amount of exams that we have to write. All of this was done with one end goal in mind: fulfillment. Last year, I crossed it. I became a doctor, I stood on stage, I got my degree, and the two little letters before my name as well. But I didn't get that fulfillment. I didn't get that fulfillment because I climbed the mountain, I got to the peak, and when I looked beyond, I kept seeing more peaks. What was beyond was just another path that opened almost instantaneously. That was very, that really brought me down. I thought to myself, am I just in a rat race? Am I just doing this because it's the next step? I didn't want to do the default anymore, so I decided that I'm going to take a break. I left medicine after graduating, and after becoming a doctor, I decided I am going to take a break. So I decided to come back here, back home to Dubai. I came back here with one goal in mind: to find my next step. What happened was I ended up at a medical startup, a health tech company that dealt with mental health. This wasn't my field. I was in a completely different world. I was in a world where my scrubs were now suits. I went from dealing with patients to dealing with clients. And I went from dealing with lab values and health metrics to market analytics and data. I had no idea what I was doing. But I was able to bring perspective. Back then, and still now, I firmly believe that you cannot build for somebody unless you sat in a room across from them. You can't build for a patient if you don't know what they want. It was exciting, but just like everything, that excitement had a half-life. I was once in this boardroom where we were talking about how we could improve the app for patients. And we were looking at things from 30,000 feet. We were looking at things from so up high that you lost one tiny little thing: detail. You lost the individual patient. And it reminded me of this one time, this one experience that I had a few years ago when I was working as a junior doctor in training. We had a 3-month-old boy that came in. He had a condition called a Swiss cheese septum. Interesting name, right? Swiss cheese. Why it's called that is because it's a very serious condition where, just like Swiss cheese, he had a whole bunch of holes in the wall of his heart that divided two walls. Now, that's a bad thing because it mixes blood. It's going to prevent oxygen from getting to the right places. It was pretty bad. His parents lived a few hours away. And just like us, they took shifts. When one parent stayed, the other one drove 4 hours away back home to take care of the other siblings. And he was with us for 3 months. 3 months down the line, after many surgeries and treatment, he got better, and we decided to discharge him. The morning of, we went to his little room, and we spoke to his mother, who was there that day, and we told her, hey, your son's going home today. The smile on her face could not be described in words. She was so happy that she told us, we need to go get balloons, we need to celebrate, because my son's going home today. Now we're a hospital, we don't have balloons. But one of my colleagues, they did something. They pulled this out. A latex glove. A simple thing that we use for hygiene. They pulled this out, they blew it up like a balloon, put a big smiley face on it with his name underneath, and handed it to the mom. That balloon was not just a prop. It represented two things: compassion and hope. Now let's go back to the boardroom where I was with the bunch of business graduates. None of that existed. Sure, the patient existed. The patient existed as a number, a data point. But the mother, the amounts of driving that they had to do, the glove balloon, the compassion, the hope, none of that existed. None of that existed because we lost detail. And how do you find detail? You find the detail in that room, in the ward, where medicine is human, it's messy, and in my opinion, it's irreplaceable. It's an encounter. So I had a realization that encounter doesn't exist outside the hospital. I went to the frontier of technology, where we're building for millions of people at one time. But none of it mattered, because we lost the one thing that medicine represents: empathy. So I'm going back. I decided to go back into medicine. And brace yourselves. I'm going to say a whole bunch of big words now, but I'm going to go do a residency in pediatrics to become a pediatric cardiologist on my way to becoming an interventional pediatric cardiologist. But I'm not going back the same person that I was. I'm going back with more empathy. I know the value of it now. Now, what's the point of all of this? Okay, let's get to the part where I can give you something. The next time you find yourself standing at a point, running for no reason, I just need you to stop, look around, and then take the next step forward. Not by default, but by choice.